to those of you who have logged in to join our conversation with Tim Hart today. We're going to give the rest of our registered attendees a few more minutes to get connected. So we'll be starting very shortly. Thank you. Just a few more minutes, folks, and we will be getting ready to start our chat. All right, we're going to give it one more minute for the rest of our registered attendees to join us, and then we'll get started with our chat with Tim Hart. All right, folks, it's a minute after 12. So why don't we get started? Let me first welcome you all to our chat today with Tim Hart, SVP of New York Now. Before we jump into our conversation, let me just point out that this session is being recorded and it will be available after today's live broadcast. And also, for those of you who would like to join in the chat with questions, rather, for Tim, please feel free to use the Q&A section at the bottom of the screen for those of you who are logged in through Zoom. And for those of you who are logged in through the digital market, you can use the chat window to the right of your screen. So now that our housekeeping's out of the way, let me first start by introducing myself. My name is Sandra Kehoe, and I'm the Senior Marketing Manager with New York Now. And I've invited our Senior VP of New York Now, Tim Hart, for a 20-minute chat today, so he can share with us what's coming up for summer and the importance of getting back to face-to-face connections. So Tim, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Sandra, and thanks everyone else for joining. You probably hear my voice is a little bit croaky. I think change of weather, a bit of a cold going on. So please bear with me as I croak through this, but I'm excited to have you all here and excited to update you all on our plans for this summer.
Super. I promise I won't ask you to sing, Tim. So we're good with the voice. So let me just start by saying I know it has been a terrifically successful winter digital market, certainly in terms of attendance and buyer engagements. And now, of course, we've had this very exciting 2-day get together, which is, helping keep our buyers interested in what to do and, what they might have missed during the winter market. All great stuff. That said, I know how eager everyone is to get the scoop on what's happening this summer. Can you share with us what people can expect for the in-person summer market and how it all fits together with the digital platform?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you, Sandra. So I think the exciting news for summer is that we'll be able to offer a truly integrated event and digital platform to our community. And that's a first in the gift and home industry. I think it's the first time an in-person show will offer a true 365 engagement platform alongside it. So I know you're thinking, what does that really mean? Well, let me explain in a bit more detail. So the digital market will sit alongside the show and will include the full in-person exhibit listing for the show and a digital booth for each in-person exhibitor. And we also expect to have hundreds of digital-only brands who can't be there in person on the digital market. And this is all about serving the buyer better and engaging the buyer. So think about it like this. Using the digital market, the buyer can research ahead of the show, plan who to engage with, reach out in advance, start building relationships, and then meet on site, place orders. Then perhaps if the buyer wasn't ready to place the order on site, needed more information, perhaps missed an exhibitor, then they can follow up afterwards on the digital market and indeed follow up all year round. So it's really a 365 integrated, connected platform. So to make this happen, all brands who exhibit in person at Javits will receive a free of charge subscription to the digital market for 6 months from July the 1st through December 31st. That's regardless of booth size. So all exhibitors will be included, and that online listing will be the show directory for New York Now. And now for our brands out there, it's a chance to tell your story to our buyers as they plan for the show, then generate orders in person and follow up post-show for more connections. So we're super excited to launch this integrated solution for our brands and help you guys get business done.
Wow, that is very cool. I'm sure a lot of our brands are going to be really excited at the idea that they will have both the platform and the in-person opportunity to meet buyers and for buyers to discover them. I think probably the most exciting part of all this is that for those brands who are going to be in the in-person market, the digital market comes with it as a free of charge. There's no additional cost to them, so that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, our community, right, our audience of retailers, they're looking for a seamless online and offline experience for us. So we want to make sure everyone who's in person is also online. And like I said, there'll be some digital-only brands who can't be there in person for various reasons, and buyers will also be able to discover them through the digital market. So we're super excited to launch this for the first time.
Very exciting. Very exciting. And also, as you mentioned, the opportunity for brands to do in-person show outreach, which will facilitate, we all know that our buyers love to do some window shopping in advance of being there in person, and because they have a lot to cover. So that sounds really exciting. That's awesome. Let me ask you another question. In terms of the summer market, what can our brands expect to see in terms of what's different? What are the changes they can expect to see this summer?
Yeah, so I mean, for all of us, right, us, our brands, our buyers, the whole community, it's been quite a ride this past year, and we're so excited to be coming back. And like many of you, we've had a chance to look at our own business, think about it, reset and refresh. And we intend to come back reset, refreshed and reinvigorated in summer. There's probably 3 things I emphasized here, Sandra. First, we have a completely new layout at the Javits Centre that's designed to create a simpler shopping experience for our buyers and more affordable options for our brands. So our event director, Angela, has been working super hard on this, and the event, as many of you know, will be on level 3 only at Javits to create a more efficient shopping experience for our buyers. And then for our exhibitors, we're going to have options to fit every budget. So that means there'll be a variety of booth configurations, including smaller footprints, shallower booths, and turnkey packages. They'll be located throughout the show floor. We're also going to be launching various emerging destinations. So think of this as brands that are new to wholesale, new to trade shows. They have a unique and dedicated presentation on those brands in a dedicated area at an affordable price point with some additional marketing around the area. So please contact Emma and our sales team for more information about those destinations. So layout and affordability, so that's number one. Second, right, when it comes to customer service, we're really going to be upping our game. Pre-show, in particular for brands who are new to New York now, and for those emerging brands, there's going to be additional information available, content on how to navigate Javits and how to make a success of the show through their own marketing. Now, I've talked about emerging and new, and we're going to have two specific programs, one for emerging brands and one for new brands. So emerging, think of brands that are new to wholesale in the past couple of years, new to trade shows. They're going to have affordable, smaller spaces available, have their own destination with dedicated marketing, and then additional webinar content ahead of the event on logistics and marketing for the show. And new brands who are new to New York now, dedicated signage, a call out on the floor plan, and also some of that webinar content I mentioned. And then on site specifically as well, we will have additional customer support personnel, particularly during move-in, which we know can be complicated at Javits. There will be help desks in each hall to help answer questions and solve problems. So customer service is number two, big focus on customer service. Number three, talk about health and safety. I want to confirm Javits intends to run live events from July. So that's good news for all of us. The event everyone will need to wear a mask. There'll be temperature checks on the way in, and the event will be socially distanced. But I think we're so lucky to have Javits as a venue. It's a very safe venue. They've recently achieved the GBAC, or Global Biorisk Advisory Council accreditation, which is all about how the event is cleaned and disinfected. It's a very big venue, it's open, it's got high ceilings, you can socially distance. And what's really exciting is Javits has installed hospital-grade, high-efficiency particulate air filters. That actually means in practice that the air in Javits is changed 5 times a day. I actually can't think of a safer venue than Javits. So I think we're very lucky, given the event will be socially distanced, to be able to manage that at Javits.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I know that health and safety obviously is foremost in people's minds, and understandably. And I think Javits Center has been doing just an incredible job in getting ready. Let me ask you a question. Wildest off chance something was to change between now and then, and the event had to cancel, how would that impact brands who have already signed up or committed to participating?
Yeah, for sure. So we're increasingly confident that won't be the case, but if something unforeseen does crop up and we do need to cancel, we offer brands full refunds or roll over to the next New York Now event. So definitely the investment brands are making is protected if we are forced to cancel the event. But given the progress we're seeing with vaccines, everything else, we're confident that won't be the case.
Absolutely, absolutely. But a nice comfort level for any of those brands wondering where do we stand if something were to happen. So that's great to know that they could get a refund or roll it over into the next event. That's great. Going back to digital, Tim, particularly for those new and emerging brands that you talked about, what kind of tactical steps can brands take to optimize having this 365 access to buyers? In particular, during those months before and immediately after the in-person events?
Great question. I'll go through some of the highlights here from how I see it, but everyone out there should know they should feel free to reach out to Sandra and reach out to Meg and our marketing team, or reach out to our sales team to get more information on exactly how to make a success. So I'll give the highlights, but if you don't capture or want more detail, feel free to reach out to the team. I guess it's about preparation and patience, right? It's generally accepted that it can take 2, 3, even 4 editions of an in-person event to be really successful, and digital's the same. We talk about internally it being a marathon, not a sprint. So patience is key. And in terms of preparation, get the digital booth set up early, make it dynamic, include colors, include images, include video, include the banner ad you can put on the left. Upload your products, upload your best sellers and your new products. Doesn't have to be every single product, just your best sellers and your new products. Refresh your collection on there. Tell your story via video. you often see we will do requests for digital deals. So during this
Mhm.
March get together, we had, I think, more than 60 brands who submitted digital deals. So when you see those requests come from us, submit your deals. Also, we offer various forms of complementary marketing around on social media, product preview emails. Take advantage of that as well. Share your presence on social so your buyers can see and tell your story, and then we will repost your posts. So I think it's about patience, it's about preparation. We know that our buyers, we do focus groups of our buyers regularly. They really want to understand the brand. They want to buy into the brand, buy into the brand story, and buy into the entire collection. So
Mhm.
digital helps our brands tell stories to the buyers and build presence with the buyers. So patience and preparation, those are the two
Mhm.
keys. And like I said, Megan, Sandra, and team can send some more detailed tips as necessary.
Yeah. Now, you make a great point, Tim, particularly with respect to the brand story and telling the story, because we all know that in person, buyers don't have a ton of time. They're trying to make their way around to all of the different brands and the booths. So you're right. The brands, this is an amazing opportunity for brands to be able to get their story out there front and center, on the digital platform, and not try to, cram it all into the short period of time and opportunity they have in person. So great advice. Great advice. Excellent. So let me just say, being that this is the first in-person market for New York Now since February of last year, how are the team preparing for a successful event? Because
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
there's a huge amount of preparation going on, as you can imagine. So New York Now is a diverse event. It's a relatively
right.
complicated event.
Mhm.
So there's a lot to do as we reset. I think in addition to the points I made earlier about the layout, customer service, and health and safety, there's two other things that we're focusing on that I'd want to explain to everyone. I
Okay.
think we are dedicated to the wholesale buyer, and we really want to affirm our commitment to that community. We're New York's only true wholesale event. Our audience is 100% qualified. And right now, we're working every day to re-qualify our entire database and weed out the personal shoppers and make it clear that consumers are not encouraged. So, to be really clear, we are dedicated and focused on the wholesale buyer. And I'm sure you know from our social media, we're always in touch with our community retailers. Amy Lowenberg on our buyer relations team is out there every day with stores, building relationships and posting on Instagram. We're real advocates for our retailers. And one of the things we'll be doing this year as part of the New York Now Buyer Program, we'll be hosting more than 2,500 buyers on site. So there's a lot of prep work going into that, as you can imagine. But we know, our buyers, our retailers are absolutely key to what we do. The other thing I want
Excellent.
to mention is, so
Mhm.
go on, Sandra.
No. I was just going to say I've seen Amy's retail tour posts, and they're amazing. It's great to. It's like having a window into these stores. It's fantastic. I follow.
It's fantastic, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second thing to emphasize, we're really investing in experience at the event. We will be adding on the show floor complimentary food and beverage station to keep our buyers and our exhibitors refreshed and energized. And also in the Crystal Palace, we will be including themed product installations. We have curated assortment of trend-forward products displayed in a distinctive way. There's a lot more work to do there and a lot more detail to come, but we're definitely looking to have a new look and feel when buyers enter the Crystal Palace at Javits. So experience is going to be a big part of what we're doing, plus the customer service elements that I mentioned earlier as well. And it's a big endeavor. New York Now is a big, complicated event. We have a lot of different customers to serve, and there's a lot of work to do, but we're so excited to be back face to face in August, everybody.
Great. I know everyone's going to be excited about those complimentary beverages and snacks, because we all know how busy it gets in person. And sometimes it's hard to get away from your booth just to grab something to eat or drink. So I'm sure that initiative will be very well received. Um, I understand that American Handcrafted is co-locating with New York Now this summer, up in the River Pavilion. How did that come about?
Yeah, good question. So this is really an opportunity for the American Handcrafted artists and makers to have an in-person event. So that show normally takes place in Philadelphia in February, but that was of course postponed. And it's such a close-knit community of galleries and artists around American Handcrafted. They really want and need an opportunity to get together face to face. I know Alison, the Net, who run that event, can't wait to see everyone face to face in August. Yeah, and it's interesting. For years, many of our galleries who attend American Handcrafted have asked for a summer buying opportunity. So this is a neat way for us to fulfill that. And there's a lot of galleries and museum stores in New York that are excited to come to New York now and shop American Handcrafted at the same time. So this is a great opportunity this summer. But the event, American Handcrafted, it will then be back in Philadelphia in February 2022, I should say. We're committed to that event in downtown Philly for that tight-knit community. It's the right location, timing, and venue. So it's a one-off this summer at Javits for that summer buying opportunity. I'll be back to Philly in February.
Perfect. Excellent. Okay, here's a question for you. What are you most excited about for the summer market?
Well, it's a good question. I mean, there's a lot to be excited about, Sandra, right? And we've got more plans to share in due course. I'm excited that Javits plans to be open in July. That wasn't guaranteed a couple of months ago. I think personally, I'm most looking forward to walking the aisles and catching up everyone. There's a lot of people I've only ever met on Zoom. And then walking the aisles, seeing the interactions at the booth and working to help everyone get business done. Like, our role is to support our community of small businesses. And we've done that as best we can during the pandemic, but we do it best face to face. And I can't wait to be doing that with everybody soon. So we're looking forward to doing that. Please do get in touch on the sales side of Emma and team if you have questions about summer. We are sending contracts to brands have confirmed next week, but we can't wait to see you guys all back in the aisles and doing business at Javits.
Terrific. Well, that was a quick 20 minutes, Tim. I gotta say, I said it would be a 20-minute chat, and here we are at 12:20. So perfect timing. I do have a question here from someone who wants to know if the dates for the in-person and the digital market will be the same. Can you expand on that a little?
Yeah, so the digital market exists 365. It exists every day of the year. What we've done, why we've not been running in person, is to have market weeks or the get together we had yesterday and today. What we will do is there will be a market week that runs before, during, and after the in-person event in August. So there will be this excitement that's coming together when the digital platform comes alive for a few days before, during, and after the event with content and deals. But definitely think as the digital market as a 365 platform, and those free of charge subscriptions I mentioned for in-person exhibitors will run from July the 1st through to the end of the year.
Okay, so just to clarify, if I was a brand and I was signing up to participate in the in-person summer market, I would also have access to the digital platform beginning July 1st.
Correct.
Through the end of the year.
Through the end of the year, assuming that brand has signed up by July the 1st.
Yes, of course.
So they said that the sooner you guys can sign up, the better.
That's it. That's it. I think another great advantage to this 365 access is going to be for those international buyers and brands, you know, who might still be dealing with some travel restrictions for summer. This is a great alternative for them in terms of keeping those connections and keeping their presence out there.
That's part of the beauty of digital, is the reach it offers. Yeah. So there could be a certain international group that can't come to New York now because of a travel ban or concerns around travel, but yet they can have the opportunity to be on a digital market and get in front of our buyers and tell their story. And that's the case even at a time when there's not a pandemic to worry about. There's often buyers in other countries, perhaps can't make it, and there's a way to engage online in addition to the in-person show. So reach is critical. Perfect.
Well, I think you've done a great job answering all those questions. I'm just looking in the Q&A, and I don't see anything else coming in. But, you know, I always love to ask a personal question. It gives us a little bit of insight into the individual. And I know that many of our brands are just getting to know you. So let me ask you this. If you could be anyone for one day, anyone at all, and be that person for one day, who would you choose to be?
Well, that's a loaded question. I think right now, might forget saying this, but if I could be Governor Cuomo and then say that in August, events in New York City will be running at 100% capacity with social distancing, assuming the pandemic's moved on, that's a decision that I would take. And I wouldn't want to be involved in that for too long, but that would be a decision I'd love to step into his shoes and make that for him.
Well, that's a very reasonable answer, I have to say. Even if it is very self-serving for our community of brands and buyers and our team. So I like it. I like it. I think that's it for questions, Tim. I appreciate you taking the time out today to share all that great information. I know everyone's going to be very excited. And as you mentioned, booths, brands are going to be receiving emails regarding their booth assignments and stuff for summer very soon. So if there's any last thoughts you wanted to share with our audience today?
No, I just say if we've shared a lot of information in the past 20, 25 minutes, and if you guys have questions, please do reach out to Emma on the sales side, Amy on the buyer side. Reach out to the team with questions. We will be launching the event. There's a lot of things to figure out. There'll be a lot of questions, so please do reach out. We're here to help you guys do business. Please do get in touch, and thank you.
Excellent. And just a reminder to everyone that this session has been recorded and it will be available after today. Thanks so much. Thanks, Tim. Much appreciated. And look forward to seeing you all very soon.
Thank you, Sandra.
Take care. Bye, guys.